AITA for accidentally starting a cult in my apartment. Complex over a misunderstanding about my pet lizard. Okay. Reddit. I need to know if I'm the asshole here, because my life has spiraled into absolute chaos, and I'm questioning everything. Buckle up, because this is a wild ride. It all started with my pet lizard, Gary. So, I 27M live in a sketchy apartment complex in a small town. It's one of those places where the walls are paper thin. The elevator smells like regret, and everyone knows everyone's business. I'm a chill dude, work from home as a freelance graphic designer, and my only companion is Gary, my bearded dragon. Gary's the goat, eats his kale, suns himself under his heat lamp, and gives zero drama, or so I thought. 3 months ago, I decided to spice up Gary's terrarium. I'm into fantasy novels, so I built him a tiny medieval village. Think little castles, a drawbridge, even a fake dragon skull. Ironic, right? I'd talk to Gary while working, jokingly calling him Lord Gary, sovereign of the realm. It was just me being a dork, okay? I'd say stuff like, "All hail Lord Gary, bringer of light," when I turned on his heat lamp. Harmless fun. Problem is, my neighbor, Karen, not her real name, but fits, is a nosy 50-something who's always in everyone's business. She must have overheard me through the walls, because one day she knocks on my door, eyes wide, asking, "Is it true you worship a divine lizard?" I laughed, thinking she was joking, and said, "Yeah, Gary's basically a god." I showed her the terrarium, expecting her to laugh too. She didn't. She just stared at Gary, nodded solemnly, and left. Fast forward a week, and things get weird. I start noticing people in the complex acting strange around me. The maintenance guy, Dave, slips me an extra light bulb and whispers, "For the sovereign's glow." I'm like, what? Then the lady in 3B, who's always blasting K-pop, leaves a plate of kale outside my door with a note, an offering for Lord Gary. I figured it was a prank, so I ate the kale. It was fresh, don't judge. But it didn't stop. People started leaving stuffed crickets, zucchini, even a freaking crystal outside my door. I'd hear whispers in the hallway about the prophecy and the lizard's gaze. I thought it was a meme or something, but then Karen organized a gathering in the community room. I went, expecting a normal tenant meeting about the leaky pipes. Nope. There's a banner that says "Welcome, followers of the sovereign," and a crude drawing of Gary with a halo. 20 people showed up, including the landlord, who's wearing a robe made from a shower curtain. Karen stands up and starts chanting, "All hail Lord Gary, bringer of light." Everyone joins in, and I'm just sitting there, holding a lukewarm Sprite, wondering if I'm on a hidden camera show. She says they've been enlightened by Gary's divine presence and believe he's here to cleanse the complex of negativity. Apparently, my jokes about Gary being a god got twisted into some kind of lizard-based religion. They thought the terrarium village was a sacred temple. I tried to explain it was a misunderstanding, that they took my awkward laughter as humility before the sovereign. Dave stood up and said Gary's radiant warmth, aka his heat lamp, cured his back pain. The K-pop lady claimed Gary's stare fixed her Wi-Fi. I was losing it, but the more I denied it, the more they thought I was testing their faith. Things escalated fast. Karen started handing out pamphlets about the way of Gary, with rules like "Thou shalt not disturb the sovereign's basking," and "Offer greens, for they are holy." People stopped using their ACs because they thought Gary disapproved of unnatural cold. The complex started smelling like a greenhouse, and my doorstep was a pile of vegetables and random trinkets. I couldn't leave my apartment without someone bowing or asking for Gary's blessing. Then it got unhinged. Karen convinced everyone to pool money for a grand temple, a $2,000 custom terrarium with gold trim, and a tiny throne. I said absolutely not, but they thought I was being modest. They crowdfunded it in 2 days. The landlord even waived my rent for a month, saying it was tribute to the sovereign. I was freaking out, so I posted on X asking for advice, and some random reply, "Lean into it, bro. You're basically a cult leader now." I didn't want this. Last week was the breaking point. Karen organized a pilgrimage to my apartment to behold Lord Gary. I opened the door to 30 people in makeshift robes, chanting and holding candles. Gary, being a lizard, just blinked and ate a cricket. They lost their minds, saying it was a sign of favor. I snapped, yelled that Gary's just a lizard, and I'm not running a cult. Half the room gasped. The other half looked ready to riot. Karen accused me of betraying the sovereign, and said I'd bring darkness to the complex. Now, the complex is split. Half the tenants think I'm a heretic and glare at me in the laundry room. The other half still leave offerings. But now they're sneaking them at night like I'm gonna smite them. Karen spreading rumors that I'm corrupted by doubt. And someone spray-painted Hail Gary on the dumpster. I'm scared to leave my apartment, and Gary's stressed from all the attention he's off his kale. I just wanted to vibe with my lizard, not start a freaking religion. AITA for accidentally starting a cult? Should I just move? Help, Reddit.